Police. The police that killed Jamal Southern.
Yes! No peace!
All right. So to catch you guys up, this protest is in regards to a gentleman who is incarcerated here at Charleston County Correctional Facility and died. That being said, I don't have the name right off the top of my head. Let me go grab it real quick. Actually, I left my little charging bag back here. Let me show you what's going on here. We'll go ahead and share that stream out. I'd appreciate it.
Prosecute police! No peace!
Hey guys, thanks for what you do. I'm gonna say that was really to be funny, but I was gonna say that for him. He really said that shit to be funny.
Is it? Would you say this is a common thing in Charleston here? This is all going to be in direct response to the gentleman who was in Charleston County Correctional, right? Ended up passing away. What happened with that situation? What's that? Oh. I just came on them from Seattle. I'm doing coast to coast coverage on everything. We haven't had a chance to really get into the depth of it. We just found out what's going on actually while we were here. So.
Yeah, we've got it taken up. Hi, Cheryl.
I'm assuming that they probably don't know what's going on. So I'm gonna go over here and talk to some other folks.
I feel like I watched your live stream of the stupid White Lives Matter demonstration at the Central Park.
Yeah, that was nuts. Did you see that?
Yeah, I was watching your stream.
It was crazy, man. They actually had the Klan was out like advertising in the city. It was crazy.
Oh, that was you.
Yeah. How you doing? No, but anybody could update me in the comments here. Let me know the actual name of the dude who, the gentleman who passed away in the jail. I'd really appreciate it. I don't know. I don't know where folks are going either, so. There we go. Charleston, South Carolina right now.
Listen up. Listen to Scarlett Wilson. In January, there was a man who was calling for a mental health crisis. A mental health crisis.
Jamal Sutherland, thank you very much.
And he was taken into police custody. Not another mental health facility. Not the hospital. It's the same fucking jail I got strip searched in. He was taken there. There's no assistance there. There's no help there. He was treated like a prisoner, even though he had a mental health crisis. Then, when there was an issue, it wasn't a de-escalation task force or mental health operators to go in there. Two of your officers, your murderers. Two of your murderers.
Members.
While this man was handcuffed and had a bag over his head, decided to tase this man 6 times until he wasn't like. I thought your job was to protect and serve, not kill us. On top of that, we didn't get an answer, and I do hold Sheriff Graziano to that shit too. Never got to see the video. Never got answers. It is 5 months later. And if you think you about to wait another fucking day for you to do your charges and your job, we're not waiting.
We're not waiting.
No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! Scarlett Wilson, if you up there, baby.
Where you at?
We need you to come on down.
Okay, listen up. I don't even call this justice, but y'all 2 fucking employees are now fired. Let's get them all together. Scarlett, baby, where you at, Scarlett? It's your boy Jay. We know you got the power to do it. We don't want to wait a whole couple of months for you to come with some silly ass excuse like you did Walter Scott. We didn't forget about that shit. We didn't forget that you didn't do shit for Walter Scott.
Is that the same prosecutor from Walter Scott?
Yep.
And y'all still got a prosecutor in Charleston?
Yeah, we working on that.
Oh, man.
Shout out Ben Pro.
Shout out to Ben Paul, baby. It's definitely time. But while we got this one up here, can you do your damn job, please?
Just enough is never enough.
Just enough is never enough. Just enough is never enough. Just enough is never enough. Just enough is never enough. Just enough is never enough. Just enough is never enough. No justice. No peace. 12 prosecute the police. I said no justice. No peace. 12 prosecute the police. I said no justice. No peace. 12 prosecute the police. I said no justice. No peace. 12 prosecute the police. I said no justice. No peace. 12 prosecute the police. I said no justice. No peace. 12 prosecute the police.
I don't know about y'all, but I saw about 7 or 8 different videos from the jail, body camera footage. 30, 40, 50 minutes long of video that's not been released to the public. But I saw it. When they brought Jamal into the jail, he said out of his own mouth, I have a mental health disease.
Yes, sir.
He said those words.
Yes, sir.
And one of your colleagues said, haha, me too. The irony is this. This is the irony. A lot of police officers really do have mental health disorders. A lot of them really do, because how in the hell can you take a man who's mentally ill and treat him worse than you treat an animal? Not like an animal, but worse than you treat an animal. How do you bring back, and I'm glad she fired them today, that's accountability, not justice. But how do you bring somebody back on a job after you watch the same video that we watched and say, let them work at a desk? No, fuck that. They should have been fired a long time ago, back in January. But they've been making money money off of y'all, because I'm from Greenville. Off of your hard-earned tax dollars, y'all been paying murderers to patrol your city or your front desk at the sheriff's department.
I'm coming to racist as fuck though, right away. I'm gonna let you know that.
Real talk.
And so, again, I want to ask the question to all of these cops. I see highway patrol, I see SLED, I see the sheriff's office, I see all of these law enforcement agencies. But none of you are saying, hold my colleague accountable. But you want us to say y'all are good cops. You want us to say that we support the police. You want me to say I'm back the blue. I'm not going to say it. You know why I'm not going to say it? Because the blue does not back the black. I will not back the blue. I will not back the blue. I will not back the blue. Let's go. I will not back the blue.
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 I will not back the
I
blue.
will not back the blue.
I will not back the blue.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
I want to send a very clear message to Scarlett Wilson.
Hey, baby.
She ain't my bitch. She ain't even cute to me. I can't even.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
But I want to say this, is that I came from Greenville by myself.
Let's give a clap for that. Let's give a clap for that.
Don't clap for me. Because I'm doing this for my brother who's now laying 6 feet in the ground. A man whose mother said she had, I think, 11 surgeries, and he was there at every single surgery to make sure that his mother had proper care. Now who's going to be there to support her? Sure, she got 2 other sons and a husband, but she said my son Jamal was there every single time. Even while he was going through his own mental health crisis, he wanted to make sure that his mom was good. And on the video, you can hear him saying, hallelujah. Hallelujah. As he was being murdered, he was screaming, hallelujah. He also said something that's very familiar. He said, I can't breathe. He said, I can't breathe. Who are police officers to tell somebody that if you're talking, you can breathe? Because last time I checked, I've only met one police officer who's also a medical doctor, and he lives in New Jersey. Which means that if you're not going to medical school, you can't tell me about my body. You can't tell me about how I can breathe and how I can't breathe. Nothing about police officers. Y'all know this. A lot of police officers are trying to enforce laws that they have no idea about.
Talk to him.
They've not gone to law school. They have no legal training. But they get hired to enforce laws that they know little to nothing about. I encourage all of you to know your rights at a bare minimum. Know your rights. Because when you're talking to these police officers, a lot of times they don't even know their own rights. And that's a fact. I can't tell you the amount of times I've gone to court with police officers and I've represented myself when I've won. You know why? Because I study. You gotta study. They don't study. They know everything. You can't tell them that. They got a gun and a badge, that's all they need. They don't know it, they make it up, they make you believe lies that they believe. They're legally allowed to lie to you. But you lie to them, and guess what they're gonna charge you with? Misinformation to the police. Obstruction of justice. They got a plethora of charges they're gonna throw on you. So when we say we're standing for Jamal Sutherland, we're also standing for Walter Scott.
Yes.
Because Walter Scott, though he got justice on the federal level, there's no justice from your office, Scarlett Wilson.
None.
None. You are the sole, the chief law enforcement person that at this point that has the authority to do your job.
Right.
I guarantee you, if Jamal Sutherland would have been Michael Sutherland, woo, talk to him. It would, or Tanner, that's a better one. Thank you so much. If Jamal was Tanner, I guarantee you, we wouldn't even have to be out here right now. Those two cops would have been fired on day one. They would have been arrested and charged appropriately. They would have justice. Now again, I'm going to say this to all the police officers, near and far. We will never say we support the blue or back the blue until you all get a backbone and start standing up for what's right. And what's right is that you go and tell your boss, hello people, Haslip, Mead, what's your name, man? Zeke. All right. Miss Zeke, I need y'all to go wash your hands in the sink. You don't have blood on your hands. The blood of Jamal Sutherland is on all of your hands.
Need a lot more than silk to wipe that off.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
Listen up,
I'm
listen
about to
up.
use your shoulder here for a
Let's
second.
talk some real shit.
Appreciate you.
Last time I was with you guys, y'all guys had bats and ropes and all that shit.
And we were just about this same distance. I don't see no bats, I don't see no ropes, and I don't see anybody attacking you guys. Woo! Talk about the double standard. While there's stabbings going on King Street, shootings going on King Street, you want to waste your tax dollars on peaceful protest.
How many of them stabs and shooters is us?
I ain't seen nobody out here.
I ain't seen now, brother.
I ain't seen nobody out here. So again, we had to come back out here to the same oppression. But anyways, it's for Scarlett Wilson. Scarlett Wilson, we know you don't back black people. Only if it's like, about to be election time, you come out to a little church, might serve a little food. Yeah, fuck all that, okay? We don't want your chicken. We want answers and we want you to do your job. So I'm going to say Scarlett Wilson and I want y'all to scream, do your job. Scarlett Wilson!
Do your job. Scarlett Wilson. 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 Do your job. No justice. No peace. Prosecute the police. I said no justice. No peace. Prosecute the police. I said no justice. No peace. Prosecute the police. I said no justice. No peace. Prosecute the police.
Anybody else got something to say while we in front of these big face before we peacefully head back?
Come on, VP. Talk that talk, VP.
Come on, Rob.
Talk that talk to him.
Every single officer out here, you made a promise whenever you put on that badge to protect and serve. That means protect every single person from every single criminal.
Except black folks.
Except black folks?
Except black people.
Except black folks. Apparently.
Disclaimer.
Now, you want our cooperation, you want our trust. It is not our job to trust you. It is your job to prove you can be trusted. It is not our job to trust you. It is your job to prove that you can be trusted.
Come on.
We empowered every single officer in here, so don't get it twisted and say, oh, we're here to take you in for your own good. I'm here to protect you by taking you away from your kids, to end your life because I don't value it. That badge is supposed to separate you, your personal beliefs from the law. When you come out here, your kids shouldn't have to deal with another officer because you let him go. You let this man run rampant in the community and now your kids are victim to the same thing that you said you were swearing up and down to protect. Jamal Sutherland, we miss you, brother, and we are standing up for you.
That's all right, King. That's all right. Get it out, baby. Get it out.
Fist up, fist up, fist up, fist
Get it
up.
up. Get it up.
Fist up, fist up.
I want to share one thing before you move.
No, more unity. If you can and you're physically able, kneel. If you can and you're physically able, kneel. Only if you're physically able. We're going to show some real unity out here. I said if you're physically able now. If you can't get low, don't get low.
I wrote you just go.
Fist up, fist up, fist up.
Fist up.
This is for Jamal.
For Jamal. Another king gone. And gone too soon.
How many names?
Too many names.
How many names?
Too many names.
How many names?
Too many names.
Gone too soon. Mental health is real.
That's real.
I mean, you guys know my team, we were planning a mental health fair when we got this news.
That's right.
We were planning it. It was a mental health fair to offer resources. I just don't understand how somebody can go through a mental health crisis and have to be dead on the bottom of a jail floor. It's more than these officers. Fuck these officers. Fuck 12. We need the whole system changed. It's a fucked up system. Where they don't see one race and the other race the same. But by our skin color, we become an immediate threat. To where they can apprehend and detain a white male, fully armed, that had just killed people. Kyle Rittenhouse.
No, Dylan Roof.
So we get a burger.
Dylan Roof. Take him to get a
Get a
burger.
burger.
Put him on a private plane.
Take him to get a burger. Took him to get a damn burger.
And we can't fucking breathe.
But a black man with a knee on his neck.
And air is
8
free.
minutes. A cafeteria black man, Philando Castillo, tells the officer he has a gun.
This kid.
And he still gets killed. And a black man with a mental health issue that was already in a mental health facility is no longer. And that's not let the silence fool you. There's one person that can make a charge.
Who's that?
Scarlett. She's fighting on.
Come on down, Scarlett.
Scarlett Wilson, we ain't waiting till no fucking June.
She took a half day, bro.
Charlotte at home.
You had enough time off because you don't ever do your job. So how about clock in for a few hours and get this shit done?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let's get up, everybody.
Yes, sir. We take it back the same way we came out.
First of all, we're gonna line it up at the gate, though.
Y'all doing good.
Hey, stop at the gate, y'all. Hey, don't leave the front gate. We move together.
How's it going? Doing all right?
Line up at the front gate. We'll be back, Scarlett. Elijah, where you at? All right, don't move yet, y'all. Don't move yet.
How you doing?
Doing great. How are you?
Fantastic. What? CJ.
I'm hanging there, sir. No. Okay, all right.
I was just going to ask you real briefly, what does it mean to and what they want to see happen next?
My colleague from Black Lives Matter Greenville, he said it best just now. These two detention officers being fired is finally accountability, but it's not justice. Justice comes at the end of the trial. Justice comes when a jury of peers finds one guilty or innocent based on the evidence provided. The evidence that we've seen thus far, although none of us are experts, and even with the autopsy, it seems a little tainted. But I do believe that once it goes to court, that a jury of our peers, a jury of their peers, will find them guilty. The truth will roll out, and justice will be served. And we do need to research ways to make justice swift, because justice should be swift. It should be fair, equitable, but it should be swift. There should not have been this 4-month delay for us to get to this period. The pain and the heartache that the families have to endure during this period, waiting for justice, hoping for justice, praying for justice. And now once the termination and arrest has been made, now comes the time of wait again until the trial begins, then the trials, and they have to relive the video and all of this day after day after day, more heartache. I believe that led to the death of Walter Scott's mother and father, and additional stress that they had in that time where the trials and everything were being carried out. And they had to watch their son being murdered over and over.
So if you guys are just tuning in, this is Justice for Jamal. Said it was a man who died in custody here in Charleston County Correctional Facility. Had some mental disorders, and in the course of trying to calm him down or detain him, he ended up losing his life. How you doing, Buck? Yep.
Stand up, fight back! Stand up, fight back!
I was coming up in a little
On streets! On streets! On streets! On streets! On streets! On streets! On streets!
So if you guys have any questions here.
You see any Terror Fisher out here, assholes?
So, it's Sutherland? Oh, wait, no, it's... Hey, if you guys want to look up SCSS. Hey, who is the SCSS over here? Man, they got a lot of different departments out here right now.
Prosecute the police! No justice!
No peace!
No justice!
No peace!
No justice!
No peace!
Prosecute the police!
You see they have a lot of bike cops out here. They've got the Sheriff's Office, State Patrol. I'm not sure what SCSS is.
Prosecute police! No
justice! No peace! Prosecute the police! No justice! No peace! Prosecute the police! No justice! No peace! Prosecute the police!
What are you doing? How far back is that, Marion Square?
Oh, it's just a couple of walks up the street.
Oh, okay.
The walk will do you good.
Oh, hey, it's been beautiful thus far, man.
I'm very proud of my young people. I just don't know why.
Tell me a little about that.
No. It's been 40 years in the making. And this generation is going to be the generation that's going to make something happen. They don't know it yet. But this is the generation that their grandparents fought for their rights to do what they're doing here in Charleston, and they're exercising it.
Right.
And it's so good. You know why?
Why's that?
Because it's organized. No violence, no breaking or destruction of private property or public property.
Right.
And this is good.
Yeah. You know, I'm seeing that a lot more down here. I was in North Carolina for the Andrew Brown Jr. There was a lot of the protests that were happening up there.
I know.
And one of the things that the locals were very proud of was the fact there was no violence, no destruction.
There you go.
And they kept it to the message, and they were pushing it a point that they were trying to make.
And if you keep the message up, they should have a protest tomorrow. They should have a protest the next day. Every day, they should be out here protesting.
Right.
Next time, don't stop at the county courthouse. Take it to the corner of Broad and Meeting.
Now,
called the Four Corners of Law. Take it right there. You've got four you got the City Hall, you got the county courthouse, the old county courthouse, you got the federal courthouse, and you got the church there. Do it on that corner. They will hear you. They will understand. And do it every day around 5 o'clock. Hold up the damn traffic. But do not destroy other people's property.
Never doing this every weekend for a year.
I don't want it every weekend. I want it every day. Well, summertime is coming.
I'm just saying, all them protests, we never did any problem. They still act like we do.
No, that's okay. You always get a bum rap for outsiders and insurgents. That's a wonderful word.
Insurgents. Yeah. Now you guys have seen some pretty demonstrative things out here. With that, there was that church shooting y'all had here, and that was just a terrible.
But that was
terrible
one jackass who was self-radicalized with bigotry.
Right.
Matter of fact, I understand he's doing very well in I forget the prison that he is out there.
Somewhere.
Yeah. Maximum security prison. But
now, are you being facetious when you say he's doing well, or do you think he's actually doing all right?
He gets 1 hour out of his cell.
Okay, so they've got him on lockdown then.
Yep. Supermax. That's where he is.
And that was, how many people died in that shooting?
There were 9.
9 people.
3 of them I knew very well.
That's terrible. I'm sorry to hear that.
No, but it is what it is. But what these young people are doing, they've done well. And at this point, I'm going to the restroom before I look silly.
Well, I love what you're saying, though, and I appreciate you taking the time.
Tell those young people to keep the fight up.
Appreciate you, boss.
Vocal fight, that's what we need.
You're amazing. Thank you for taking the time and sharing. I appreciate you very much.
No. Fucking skinheads.
Is that what that said? Skinheads against racism?
Where was that? I didn't see no yellow on him, boys.
Yeah, no,
there wasn't no yellow there.
That's wild. Never even heard of that before.
There's a group called Skinheads Against Racism. They're called the Sharks.
Is that something down in this area that?
No, that's all over the world.
Man, I have yet to see that group.
They're called the Sharks. They started in the rude boy scene of the English ska bands.
Okay. Okay, yeah, overseas. Yeah. Okay.
Exactly.
And they made a showing here in Charleston? They've made a showing here in Charleston?
Yeah. Take your feet out all over the place.
Man, that's wild.
Take your feet out. Let's go.
It's an interesting thought, skinheads against racism, because it does play off of something that's not going to be accepted by. I mean, I don't know how you'd even want to try parallel the two, because there's such a negative connotation already with skinheads. So I mean, maybe people just like to have their hair short.
She's asking about you.
Now, I don't know if this is an organized protest, but the police are definitely doing their part. I mean, to kind of corral people and make sure that no one gets out on the road, but that's kind of like common practice.
Apparently the
in most
asphalt is
cities.
sacred.
Yeah. Do they typically escort the protests like this?
It's weird. They'll make us.
You said it's
No, they don't escort. They don't like us to protest. Protests are illegal in Charleston. We do it anyway.
They like to claim that they escort us, but we never asked them to.
Okay.
Escort to your arrested.
Is that kind of what's been happening down here? Like, picking people off a little bit?
It happens.
No justice!
On and off.
No justice!
Back in September, they blocked off the sidewalk, and then
decided to corral us in the back alleyway and threatened to arrest all of us, even though we were peacefully protesting.
yeah, they wouldn't let us go on the sidewalk, and then when they marched in the street, they said that we were jaywalking. Jaywalking is not a prosecutable offense in South Carolina.
Okay.
What they end up doing is they end up charging everybody with disorderly conduct, even though we were peaceful and on the sidewalk the whole time.
For not obeying like the command at the moment, right? Which would be to get off the sidewalk or get off the street. Either way, you're kind of
Get off the sidewalk when we're allowed to walk on a sidewalk in America.
right. See, there's a lot of police on all the corners, though. So we're right on the corner of Society and I'm not sure where this cross street is right here.
Okay, I got another question. If these are our streets, what's on the sidewalk? I'm just asking a question.
Uh-oh.
Our streets! Our streets!
Hey, David, looks like you committed my name yet.
I'm gonna try to get up here real quick. It's hot out here, man. I'm telling you, man, folks in the South move fast when they're marching, and it's always super hot. So. Oy. But as the officer said earlier, there was like, he said 35 people. There's quite a bit larger crowd here. Hey, what do you guys think of this? Do you mind if I ask a question?
Oh.
What is
Hey, Harrison, what do you think about
Harrison? Tell me what you think right now. What do you see going on right now?
Bright green married.
No, Black Lives Matter.
Yeah, Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
What does that mean to you, bud?
What does Black Lives Matter mean to you?
No wrong answer, pal.
Oh, we made him over the weekend. You know what Black Lives Matter means.
Yeah, well, it makes me... What is it about now?
You know what it's about. Are you uncomfortable?
No.
You don't have to talk about it if you don't want to.
Yeah, no pressure, bud.
So what is the question?
Just what is this march, when you see people marching out here and talking about Black Lives Matter, what does that mean to you?
Why are they marching?
It means to me about my friend Addie. He's black, he left on. We used to live in Hawaii, which it makes me kind of sad. It makes me think about him because he was a black person and he lived in Hawaii with us. And before we moved here, he left on the Monday.
Is he one of your best friends?
Yeah.
His life matters.
Yeah, his life did matter, but now he moved to a different
He's
state.
still alive.
He still matters, right?
It still matters.
It's important probably to see him be treated as equal as everybody, right?
Yeah, but why is that police?
Because they kind of protect protesters. Here, let's go, baby. Tell
All right,
them
well,
have
hey,
a good day.
thanks for taking the time, y'all. Take care. Be good. Enjoy. Wow, that's cool. I always love getting the... Bye, bud. Thank you. Take care. Nah, I'm super far behind everybody, and my pants are going to fall down. Having to make the moves on this march here. So I think what I appreciate about that in that moment is, like the conversation we had last night. Some black folks they're not with BLM, and you're talking about the organization, right? Now, there's a distinction in that, and I make this point most every time we talk about this, which is to say that the movement or the understanding or the push for racial equality, right? And that young man, that's what he was talking about. And, granted, it's tough because you kind of feed children answers, but to be clear, I think young people kind of see it in a very simple form, and I think it's powerful to really listen to what they have to say when they kind of see it through, unadulterated eyes, which is fantastic. So, either way. 5:33, all right. Gotta catch a water taxi here in a minute or in a few. Yeah, so there's a lot of different views. What do you, in the comments, what are y'all, what are your thoughts on BLM? And keep it civil, guys. I know that people want to go ahead and unload if they have negative feelings about it, but let me go and flip this around. I'm gonna show you guys. I'm kind of just walking up behind the police right now. Oh, man. All right, so we're almost to the square, I hope. There's an opening in the grass up here. So we should be there in a sec. The watch guy? Oh. See, Watchman for you, let me ask you. And you don't have to answer if you don't want to. But demographically, what generation are you in? What's your age, if you don't mind me asking? And you don't have to answer if you don't want, but I find that it definitely varies the feelings about BLM, based off of, what generation you're in. And then, of course, within every group, there's going to be individuals that have their own thoughts, so. Scoop. The last generation. I know it's got to be a term for something, but I can't. hella nervous right about now.
Black inmates matter.
I'm gonna do my man a solid here real quick. Tell you what, bud, I'll hold your ladder for you while everyone's passing. I'd be nervous if I was you, man. I'm just saying. Yeah, no worries. You were making me nervous.
Man, that's why I'm just looking at everybody. They trying to walk through here one time. I'm like, why would you do something stupid like that?
Just, yeah, right? Lock you in place and make sure you stay up there.
Man, appreciate it.
Oh, no worries, man. No worries. There we go. All right. Golden. All right, my guy. Take it easy. Pardon, bud.
But of course, I just went live at 5:30. I had like my call ready for all 3
Oh, here we go. All right, we're in here. Oh. Now, someone's gonna have to fill me in on my geography right now. But was the church where that shooting took place? I'm gonna check real quick, see if I can't find that.
Tighten up.
Come on, y'all, stop being afraid. Come on.
There you go. Bring it together. Tighten up. Like fucking football practice. Come, bring it together.
I know y'all tight, but let's go.
Bring it together. We'll talk a little bit. Listen, man. We don't get fucking cake straight. Me and my cousin just out on bond, and we, I ain't eat the food. I don't know if my cousin ate the food, but I ain't eat that.
I don't mind holding on to if you want.
We out on bond, so we ain't gonna fuck with it right now. But y'all come close. Bring it tight. Look at all this solidarity back here, y'all. People still coming. Look at the family. Look at the people. This is our city. It's racist as fuck, but this is our city. Everyone, all of us together. And we gonna fight every day until they learn that they can't make us shut up and dribble. What the fuck is that? That's y'all? That's the feds?
No, that's that boy. I forgot his name.
All right, cool. Bring it in. Tighten up. So listen up, y'all. We're going to have a couple people speak. We got a couple people from the coalition out here. We got a couple people from the Hispanic community out here. We got some very dedicated allies out here. So we're going to kind of, do an open floor. I'm going to pass it around in the beginning, but we're just going to talk, man, because we've been through a lot of shit. A lot. From Walter Scott, to George Floyd, to Dante Wright. We just was here a month ago.
Yep.
Almost less than a month ago. And you know what?
Too many names. How many names?
Too many names.
How many names?
Too many names. And I'm going to say something. I know some of y'all like, well, why we ain't putting no pressure? You know what we did today? We made them look like fucking jackasses. Y'all ain't think we made them look like jackasses because they came out here with bats and chains last time. And we was the same distance from them. We could have knocked one of them motherfuckers I wanted to, but we didn't. But anyways, we did. We kept it organized. So first person I'm gonna call is one of the queens from the coalition. Where Megan at? You got a control in your hand or something? Yeah. Come on. I don't know. They don't let it drop. This is Megan from the Queen Activist Militia of the South Carolina Black Activist Coalition. Y'all get a hand. No justice!
No peace!
No justice!
No peace!
All
here to talk about this police brutality, what's going on in our streets, and how the hell we're going to end it. If you look around you, you see black, you see white, you see blonde hair, you see brunette, you see dirty blonde, you see no hair at all. That means we're standing as what? We're standing as one. We're coming together for one common what? Cause and purpose. That's right. We're standing in unity. Look around you. Look at these police officers around you. Look behind you. Remember what happened with Jamal. Remember what happened with George Floyd. Remember what happened with all the names that I'm not bringing up right now. And the peace and the justice that has not been served so far. All right? No justice, no peace. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Whose lives matter? Black Lives Matter. Turn it back over to J. All right. Yeah. All right, next we got Mickey Gray of the Wailing Heart team. That's a local community in our city right here.
Yeah. Let's go.
I will never hold it. Yes, Black Lives Matter. Let me tell you, many don't know, I've been doing this for God since 1999. Wow.
Yes, queen.
And years ago, I have pictures on my Facebook I'm going to share today. We stood in that very same spot with Moordine today, in front of the solicitor's office, fighting for justice for some other people all years ago. We stood there for 9 hours. 9 hours. She never came out. She had so many police officers in front of her building. It was ridiculous. And we were peacefully protesting. We not one time have ever done a violent protest. In all the years that I've been under Pastor Dixon, and all of the activists and all of the leaders that have passed on, Ashay, all of them, we have not ever, and since 1999, has ever done a violent protest. And it's sad to see that every time we come to a protest, it's more police officers than anybody else.
That's right.
One day, my whole goal, I talked to my son yesterday because we got gangs in the neighborhood that was trying to bully my son, try to gang my son and initiate him into a gang that he will never be in because his mother won't allow him to do that.
Okay.
He's about to have a better life. But when the police came out, you think the police officers would help them. The first thing I told the police, okay, y'all don't want to do nothing? Then we're going to police our own people.
Okay.
We don't
Black flags.
Y'all didn't get paid much anyway, to be honest. Y'all paid, some of us got on our own businesses get paid more than the police, to be honest. So if they don't want to do what they don't want to do, we're going to step up. And we're going to have, when we get called, we're going to ask y'all to call. We're going to have to start policing our own neighborhoods. We're going to have to take our neighborhoods back because all we are is statistic to them. Oh, well, they'll just kill themselves off and then we will have to deal with them. Not on my watch. Not on my watch. I was the peaceful side of protest. Everybody knows that I was the one to calm Justin and everybody else down. I am no longer the peaceful side of protest. Even though I'm the Wailing Heart team, I'm a part of these queens. That's right. Queen activist militia. Y'all watch that. We coming. We the 15. We the 15 of our brothers. Listen, we coming. We the queen militia, queen activist militia. Watch out for our QAMs. We coming. We're a defense team. And we have the right to bear arms.
That's right.
What we're gonna do. We are not a violent group. We standing up for our people. We doing things that people won't do for our people. The excuses and the time is over. It's time for us to step up as black people. I'm tired of seeing black people come on my post and be like, why you doing this? Why you doing it? Why the fuck you ain't out here doing what you're supposed to be doing? Get up off your feet. I am no longer the peaceful side of protest. They came for my children. When they came for my children and I saw that these gangs were trying to get to my children and the police only sat out there for 15, 30 minutes and didn't do nothing. They paraded up and down the street and the police officers, they laughed at the police officers, called them punk, and they only did nothing. That hurts me as an activist because I stand up for everybody that can't stand up for themselves. So now it's time to take justice in our own hands. Yes. Black power, black love.
Black power.
Black power, black love, black power, black power, black power.
doing an interview right now, but we got State House Representative J.A. Moore out here with us. We thankful for our State House Representative coming out and saying, come on up here, brother. Thankful for our elected officials coming out and at least standing with us, you know. That says a lot. That says that they understand what we are going through and what we are fighting. Let's get the mic. We don't got no mic, brother. We'll get all around here.
Y'all, I'm not going to be in front of y'all that long, and I'm not going to even be political in this moment. So 6 years ago, I was out here with y'all. I was marching. I was shouting. I was demanding justice because my sister was murdered at Mother Emanuel. And the reason why I'm here today is because Jamal Sutherland, not only was he a black man, but he was my constituent. His family voted for me. They wanted me to represent them in Colombia. And so I'm here because I spoke to Ms. Sutherland on the phone just a few days ago, and I hear her pain. All she wants is her son to have justice, her son to be able to rest in peace. And so I'm here just demanding justice for not just Jamal, but for all of us.
Yeah.
And young people, I am so encouraged to see all of y'all out here marching. It's kind of hot. Yeah. But y'all out here marching, y'all out here shouting, y'all demanding justice. But listen, it may not come as fast as you want it, but y'all can't give up.
Yeah.
Y'all got to keep on marching. Y'all got to keep on shouting. But also, some of y'all need to run for office.
Yeah.
I mean, we need your voices in Columbia. We need your voices in city councils and county councils.
Yeah.
We need your voices at the sheriff's office.
Yeah.
That's an elected position too.
Yeah. Yes.
I mean, see, we need all of y'all to continue to do the work. We're working on legislation right now. It's the Justice for Jamal Act. We need support for that. We're working on funding for mental health. But it's going to take all of us doing the work.
Yes.
Like all of us. I am just so emotional right now after watching the video and talking to the mother and talking to my mom and seeing all of y'all out here today. Y'all keep fighting. And look, I'm going to say this. I know some of y'all going to want to tear some shit up. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't tear nothing up because that don't change nothing. That don't change anything. This will get one of us locked up. I'm telling you, do the difficult work of organizing in your community.
Yeah.
Do the difficult work, not just when the cameras are here.
Yeah.
Remember, big say that again. Say that again. Not when the cameras are here. See, the difficult work. See, my family been fighting for 60 years. It's difficult work.
Yeah.
You're going to get discouraged sometimes, young people, but still do it. Still fight. Still fight. I mean, I love y'all. I could go on for hours. You know, I'm a politician. I can't talk, but I'm going to let it go. Thank y'all so much. God bless y'all. Thank y'all for all y'all doing. I was supposed to pick up my daughter about an hour ago. I'm out here with y'all marching and shouting.
Thank you.
I love y'all.
Much love to the State House Representative. Much love, much love, much love, much love, much love. Who we got left? Because we go, I know y'all about tired.
No, we can do open floor. Let's do it.
Open floor, okay. So we're going to do an open floor, man, because listen, we got to communicate. So we're going to start, we're going to do it in an order. We're going to start with the Black Queens. Then we're going to start with the Kings. We're going to start with the Allies. We're going to order. Mental health, everything, man. We're going to come and chop it up.
Hey, boss, I know you got to get to your daughter real quick.
Yeah.
But I can just tell us who you are real quick again. I'm from Seattle. We got a lot of folks that are very curious about the details of what's going on in there.
South Carolina State Representative J.A. Moore.
I liked what you had to say in there, and I appreciate the sentiment because I'm coming from an area in the Northwest where you see a lot of violence and destruction that kind of comes in the wake of the protests and people trying to make a change. But what I've seen down here is very different. And is that something that you're pushing for more to maintain those peaceful protests?
Well, for me, what I decided to do personally is take the energy of these movements and actually work on legislative policy.
Right.
To work on when you're talking about funding, put funding where it needs to go.
Right.
That's my focus, and this is what these movements can do.
Absolutely.
And so that's what my role is. And other people's roles are different. Some people's roles are to be agitators.
Sure.
And to hold us accountable as elected leaders. So everyone has a role. My role is look, we tear stuff up. That don't change nothing.
Right.
That they just over police us, and then more of us get locked up.
Right.
More of us get injured. That don't, to me, it doesn't change anything. Like I said, my family been in this fight for 60 years. You know, my family been locked up for protesting, been hit over the head, houses been threatened to be blown, all of that stuff. And so for me, I'm just got a different path that I'm trying to travel.
That's beautiful, man. I like what you had to say about getting these young folks involved in local politics.
Right.
That's got to be the next step.
Oh yeah, man. They need to be. I mean, these kids are so articulate and so smart and have really good ideas and good policy positions. And we that's what we need. I mean, that's when you talking about dismantling the system or changing the system. That's how you do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
What if all these young people signed up to run for office?
Right.
In every state house in the state of South Carolina, every city council race, every mayoral race, what if all of them ran for office?
Right.
That's how you change the system.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely agree with you.
You take those ideas with power and then you change the system.
Absolutely.
You can dismantle the system, do whatever you want, but you gotta, you know what I mean? We gotta work within the confines of where we are.
Absolutely.
And so that's my motivation. And that was me.
Right.
I mean, I'm not talking philosophically. That's what I did.
Well, you're here. I mean, you are an elected official as you stand right now.
That's right.
Making a change from the inside.
6 years ago, I was one of these kids. I mean, seriously, that's not a thing. That was me. I was marching. I was wanting to tear everything up.
Right.
You know, I mean, I was angry. My sister was murdered by white supremacists, and nothing was happening. It seemed like, you know, the system wasn't changing. Now you can lock one man up, but that don't change the system of racism, right? Right. And so I did something about it. I ran and won.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Do you feel right now that there's traction being made? The change is on the horizon?
Look, man, not fast enough. You know, incremental change ain't popular. People want it now.
Sure.
But you know, I think I'm an example of it. But we look in Columbia, in the state of South Carolina, we're still in the minority as far as like-minded people. Right. That's why my goal is to encourage more young people to run for office.
Absolutely.
You know, so no change is going to happen what we want unless we get new leaders. I mean, that's just the truth.
That's true.
You know,
spot on.
Yeah,
well, hey, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you. Happy travels. I know you got things to do. Thanks for your time. I'm gonna walk over here for a minute and show you guys another location that's right here in the kitty corner in this park, actually, which I believe is, if I'm not mistaken, so I mean, so you know that this corner here, where we at? I believe, I might be wrong. Oh, is that it right there? Okay, here we go. I'll walk down here real quick. I'll check some comments here. It's pretty much racism in America. I mean, you guys would be lying if we didn't say that racism didn't exist. I think the gentleman said something last night that he says, so long as people can profit off racism, racism will always exist. And people have found a way to profit off of racism. And there's a threat to the money. That's when you're going to find people start making changes. Like when you see some of the most effective protests that I've seen are when they block trucking routes, where they're stopping the transport of commodity goods, because that's a direct pocket effect, and you're going to find immediate response. A lot of times it's quick and excessive, but what you do see is that it happens because it immediately affects people's pocketbooks. That was a good, healthy blend. No. So Sigma Dawn Prince. No, there was definitely a good blend of ethnicities in that church, or not in the church, but in the crowd, which is what you see here in Charleston. Angry Southpaw. Yeah, I'm definitely be there. I was asking, Angry Southpaw over on YouTube was asking if I'm going to be in Kenosha for the Rittenhouse case, and yeah, I'm sure I'll be out there for that. So I want to make sure I'm walking up on the right place here. So we're cutting across Calhoun and Meeting Street right now. Kip, that's clever. Well, I'm gonna keep rocking them because that's how it works. So I believe we're creeping up on the Memorial Disc right now. And this area is no stranger, obviously, throughout the course of history to racism. But as we've heard, some feel that it's moving in the right direction. Some feel it's moving, just not fast enough. I would hope that we could agree there's progress being made, but you know, it's hard for me to say that because of who I am. You know, I don't see it the same way that someone who's had to deal with racism on that level would see things. So I try to ask as many people as possible, people of color that are going through, you know, the life they live, even in a common situation, you know, not where you've seen excessive amounts of. This place is so old over here. Some of these buildings are just wild. So I believe. Sorry guys, I didn't lose it. So John B over on YouTube says he feels like we're going backwards. So this right here, so you guys know, let me go ahead and show you where I'm at, is, so this is the Emmanuel Church where back in 2015 there was a shooting in which 9 people lost their life. If you guys can remember that. There you go. It's a little known fact. It's the oldest African Methodist Episcopal church in the South. It was organized as a Hampstead Free African church in 1818. So it moves way back. Way back. But like I said, right here in Charleston, this is it's no stranger to terrible acts of racism. But yeah, so right here, there was this mass shooting on the 17th. Like I said, 9 people were killed during a Bible study. And among those people that were killed was the senior pastor and state senator, Clementa Pinckney, which, man, I'm terrible with that name. Just for never going to get it right. But 3 of the victims that were involved in that shooting did survive. But like I said, 9 were killed. And yeah, but this church has long since been the center of this area. Has long been since a push for civil rights. This is no stranger to, you know, to that push. But for good reason though. It's a place that's had to fight for change in a big way. I mean, like legit, guys. We're for those that aren't in the area, don't understand the area. Like, this is the South. The South. And I know it sounds stupid to say that, but a lot of folks, I think, some folks haven't quite put that together. That, like, they made it clear, folks we talked to down here, that we are south of the, like, we're in this, what do you say? We're below the Bible Belt, boys, so pull up your pants, is what somebody said. We were walking by, the guy was shouting at another dude across the street. Anyway. But yeah, so that was where just a guy, Dylan Roof, I think his name was, went into the church, opened fire with a handgun. That was, it was done because of, because of racism. If you looked it up, it'd say anti-black white supremacy, nationalism. But it's a 21-year-old man. We're gonna call him a man. He's not a kid at 21. You know damn well what you're doing. I don't know. I'm showing you guys that house, but it's just kind of intriguing to me. But but he was convicted of 33 federal hate crimes and murder charges on January 10th, sentenced to death for those crimes. He was separately charged with 9 counts of murder in the South Carolina state courts. In April 2017, Roof pleaded guilty to all 9 state charges in order to avoid a second death sentence that was sentenced to life imprisonment for each. He'll receive automatic appeals for his death, yada, yada, yada. Sorry, I just found this thing here. It says Roof exposed racial hatred in both a website manifesto published before the shooting and a journal written from jail afterwards. Yeah, this is a terrible human being, guys. Roof posted photos on his website with emblems associated with white supremacy and with the Confederate battle flag. The shooting triggered debate on modern display of the flag and other memorialization of the Confederacy following these murders. The South Carolina General Assembly voted to remove the flag from the state capitol grounds. So as you see, when the flag was taken down, it came at the behest of, changes being pushed by the South Carolina General Assembly based off of the wings of that case. What's crazy is that was one of the 2 deadliest mass murders or deadliest mass shootings on at an American place of worship. Man, but the other one was back in a Buddhist temple, apparently in 91. It's terrible. Either way, you guys can do the research on it if you'd like. But looking at it, though, historically, this is a place for the push, you know what I mean? So I'm glad I've had a chance to talk to some locals. But either way, y'all, I gotta find the rest of my group because I kind of bailed on everybody. Took off on this bike I rented and caught up with this crowd. But all things being said, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me for a little bit. And share out the stream, set up notifications, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. Become a supporter. Come over to Facebook and become a supporter. Like I said, if I didn't have my buddy down here, I'd be piggybacking CD murder scene hotels. But luckily I'm able to kind of piggyback his trip, which so far hasn't been bad. So I love you guys and I appreciate y'all tuning in today. But again, come over to Facebook, set yourself up as a supporter, set up notifications on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. I think you just !, notify, and you should be able to get all of the notifications whenever I go live. So do that, and I will go ahead and or ! donations. Yeah, any contributions, y'all, seriously, are greatly appreciated. Helps make all this possible when I'm able to get around and do what I'm doing. Like I said, we're full time on this right now. So that being said, I'm full on lost. No clue where I'm at. This road doesn't look familiar, even though I think we just marched down it. But love you guys, and I'm gonna catch you later. Okay, I'll check you out later this evening. Give you something to talk about on a Monday night. But much love.